Hello everyone, my name is Jorge Diaz, President and Founder of Larry Jacob Internet Marketing and an Infusionsoft Certified Consultant. I'm bringing you another episode of How Do You Define Infusionsoft Success? This week I'm bringing Denny. Ethan is part of ConvertFlow, the winners of this year's Icon Battle of the Apps. So I thought it was newsworthy and notable to bring him on, have him tell us a little bit about his tool. And interestingly enough, he's a fellow South Floridian. So you're up in Broward, right, Ethan?
We're in South Miami.
Oh, wow. Gosh, that's got to be like maybe 5-6 miles from me. I'm in like the Falls area. So he's actually
Oh,
close.
cool.
He's actually close by. The reason I thought he was in Fort Lauderdale is because we first met at a Glazier Kennedy group that meets up in Broward. And we've kind of interacted probably, like the last 2 years.
Yeah, we've met up a couple times there.
And then so he has an agency. That's really the way I knew him. He called me about 6 months ago because he was asking for some feedback about this tool, which I'll be frank, I didn't know much about it until we bumped into each other at Icon and learned more about it. So definitely want people to know about this, and here's a chance to kind of talk about it. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you, George. I'm really excited to be on here.
Cool, cool. So why don't you start, introduce yourself, tell us about the agency, and what I really want to make sure you talk about is, here you are agency owner and now you're ConvertFlow guy. How does that leap occur?
Sure. So just to quickly introduce myself, I'm Ethan Denny. I'm the co-founder and CEO of ConvertFlow. For the past few years, I have been running a marketing agency called Webpresario, which is a conversion rate optimization agency. And we've been working with a number of clients, lots of them who use Infusionsoft, a lot of them who drive significant amounts of traffic to their website and are looking to increase their conversions in terms of lead generation and from converting leads into customers. And so ConvertFlow came about because a lot of our clients were driving traffic through Facebook and through AdWords to their site, and they're doing a lot of email marketing. And so they were generating leads, but they wanted to obviously increase conversions and increase the number of leads that they were getting from the website.
Sure.
So we implemented different proactive calls to actions on their site that allowed them to generate leads from their content pieces, from their homepage, from their pricing page, allow them to be a little bit more targeted on their site. And then through email marketing, they wanted to convert their returning visitors, their returning traffic, into customers and show them different offers instead of showing them the same offer they were using to capture them as leads.
Okay, so these are folks that have already opted into your site, so they're in your Infusionsoft database.
Right, they can be in Infusionsoft, and we actually have a deep integration with Infusionsoft, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But basically, ConvertFlow allows people like our clients and other businesses using Infusionsoft to take the existing visitors or returning visitors and then show them a different offer. So if you capture a lead and you apply a specific tag to them in Infusionsoft on your website, then when they return to your site or they visit another page, you can show them a different call to action to keep them moving down your sales funnel or marketing process.
Gotcha. So the first time I have I guess a lead magnet opt-in sort of form, but the next time I come by, it might be, maybe give them an offer, a tripwire sort of offer, or maybe even a full-blown sales page, right?
Right. So instead of showing them the same offer, which maybe they've already taken action on, you can show them the next offer that they need to, or the next just step in your marketing process. ConvertFlow's mission is all about showing the right call to action to the right person at the right time.
Gotcha. So tell us what that looks like, because I was at your booth and I had the luxury of a good 15-20 minutes where you were demoing this thing for me. But
Yeah.
you're basically defining like sections of your web pages with certain, I guess, short codes from ConvertFlow.
So ConvertFlow is just, you add this little script to your header, which is really easy to do. You can set it up in less than 5 minutes. And at that point, ConvertFlow automatically starts tracking all of your website activity. So every page that your visitors land on, every button they click, every form they submit, ConvertFlow is tracking all that activity. And then you can show different calls to action on your website based off of what they do. So we have different sorts of calls to actions like lead hooks. We have full screen overlays. We have box overlays. We have embedded forms. So you could use the lead hooks and overlays to engage your website visitors with different offers based on what they're doing on your site or based on which tags they have in Infusionsoft.
So for example, I could have ConvertFlow kind of hijack the sidebar and then always display the sidebar based on who's arriving.
Right. Well, so this like an embedded form within your sidebar that dynamically changes is a feature we're coming out with. Right now, you can
Oh,
embed
okay.
specific
So
forms.
I'm okay. So I'm getting ahead of myself.
No worries.
Yeah,
But
I'm just trying, as a web
on
developer, I'm
top,
trying to envision when this thing kind of comes into play.
sure. What our primary focus right now is calls to action on top of your website. So the more dynamic, proactive calls to action that engage your website visitors and aren't just static and embedded on your site. Though we are rolling out more of those, but the ones that really drive conversions are the ones that proactively engage your website visitors.
Okay, so give me an example.
So we have a lead hook, which pops up in the corner, the bottom right corner of your site, and those can be personalized with your picture. It can have a personalized message. You can include a form. You can make them multi-step. So, for example, on the first step, you could show a call to action button, and then on the next step, show a form. Or you could collect email on the first step and then collect more information on the next step. And so this allows you to basically skip having to create landing pages. And landing pages, they play their purpose in your marketing, but you don't need to create landing pages for everything. And so a lead hook and an overlay allow you to do a lot of what a landing page would do, but without having to get into developing those.
Okay, so it ends up being like a pop-up coming up from the lower right, and then it can be multi-step. And I'm assuming those multi-steps can be Infusionsoft forms, right?
So ConvertFlow has its own forms, but they're fully integrated with Infusionsoft. So all that information gets automatically sent to Infusionsoft. You can run actions and trigger automations within Infusionsoft, so you can automatically apply tags to a contact, start a follow-up sequence, send a specific email in a follow-up sequence, put them into a specific campaign. Anything that you basically want to do in Infusionsoft, you can do through ConvertFlow's interface. Also, ConvertFlow will research every email you capture. So we'll find all social, professional, and social data on your contacts based off of an email address. We'll find their first name, their last name, the company they work for, their job title, their city,
So you'll fill in the blanks inside of my Infusionsoft?
Right. So all that information automatically gets pushed to Infusionsoft so you can personalize your email campaigns.
Okay, so I enter George, email at Larry Jacob, hit enter. And now you guys are going to my LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, and all that information gets into my database.
Right. So assuming you actually have a presence on social media, and then ConvertFlow will basically research all that and all other sorts of assets and stuff on the web in order to find data on you, then push all that information to Infusionsoft.
That is very cool. I tell you what, you were up against Wicked Reports, and I have interviewed Scott, and I'm sorry, I always forget his last name. I know it starts with a D, but it's like really long. Scott and Andy, I met them at PartnerCon, and they have what I think is a really, I don't want to say, I mean, it's a cool product, but it's unique in that nobody's doing that, and Infusionsoft's reporting is just in need of big help. The other guys were the Dialer folks. What was the name of them?
TurboDial. TurboDial, Bob Jenkins, I believe.
Right. And as a matter of fact, I've invited him to come on the program because I thought there was a noteworthy tool where I think you kind of, and again, this is just me speculating, where I think you edged them out is that you had a tool that can apply to probably everybody. Because not all of my clients need a dialer, and not all of my clients need that level of monster reporting. I mean, because they're doing big data stuff. That's really where Wicked. But yours is one that can be used by just about anybody to customize the website and frankly not have to work so hard, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. TurboDial and Wicked Reports are both amazing products. But like you mentioned, ConvertFlow is a little bit more universal in the sense that someone who maybe isn't advertising online, but they want to generate more leads from their website and want to convert more of the website visitors into customers can use ConvertFlow. And someone who is advertising and is a lot more aggressive with their online marketing. So they're doing content marketing, they're advertising, they're sending a lot of people back to their site through email marketing, and they want to take advantage of the returning traffic. ConvertFlow is great for recognizing who's who visiting on your website, who's a lead and who's a customer, and then showing them the right call to action based off of where they are in your funnel.
That's not, I mean, you could almost replace having to get into either ClickFunnels or Lead Pages. I mean, I'm not trying to talk those guys down because I'm actually going to be interviewing them in a couple weeks. But it's interesting here. You've got one tool that for different people can be different things.
Mm-hmm. So if your goal is to generate more leads, ConvertFlow can help with that. If your goal is to generate more customers from your leads, ConvertFlow can help with that. If you want to personalize your marketing campaigns, then ConvertFlow gives you more information that you can use to do that. So
I could just imagine inside sales folks, especially if you can kind of pull that much information into the database. I mean, now I'm calling someone out on a lead, and it's kind of like, ooh, I know a lot more information about you than you'd ever dream.
Something that's really cool that ConvertFlow will do is, you mentioned inside sales. We actually, once we research a contact, we will send a lead alert with the full profile of who that person is to your sales rep or to whichever email addresses you want to send those to. So whether that's a client or to a sales rep, and then they can instantly follow up with them, knowing exactly who they are.
Right, and so I don't have to be logged into Infusionsoft to see that information.
Right, you just get that in your inbox.
Nice, nice. I'm starting to like this thing. Now, I mean, now I've got to actually research it even more because they're probably you know, here's, I want to say, and I don't mean problem in the bad way. One of the problems you're facing is a lot of people, okay, I think this is really cool, but they may not connect exactly when to call. I mean, Wicked reports, I know when I need it. My reporting is not right. Turbo dialer, I mean, even the name implies I need it when, you know, we're dialing a lot and we want to make that a simpler process. Yours is one of those where I was impressed with your product because the fact that you guys thought that someone needed it was the first thing that impressed me, because it is kind of a subtle demand, but then it can be used probably a dozen different ways, you know, I mean, someone probably surprise you and say, hey, we're using it like this, and you'll go, huh, I wouldn't have thought to do that, but boy, that's pretty cool. And then you put it in your case study page or something.
Yeah, well, so ConvertFlow is an on-site marketing automation platform. So like Infusionsoft, which handles marketing automation, people use it for all sorts of purposes. They use it to follow up with leads, to upsell customers, maybe to educate current customers. They have all their different purposes and use cases for marketing automation. And ConvertFlow basically extends marketing automation to your website so that you can show them different calls to actions and show them different offers.
Nice. Nice. So you and Jonathan's your brother, right?
Correct.
Okay, so
brother and co-founder.
Cool, cool. So you and Jonathan are now moving ahead. So what's in the plans? I mean, you already mentioned that I guess replacing static content, but where would you see the product being? I don't know, in 6 months, a year?
So ConvertFlow, we're doubling down on-site marketing automation and conversion rate optimization. So giving people the ability to A/B split test or call to actions, being able to personalize content on their site based off of where people are in your marketing funnel, giving people a lot more control over their website and how they convert their visitors into customers.
Right. And then from what you were saying before, you kind of do something like the way Google Analytics works. You're adding something to the site. All this is being done on your portal, right? And that's where you define the ConvertFlow pieces that interact with the site?
Yeah, so you basically just add this little script to the head, in between the head and head tags.
Right.
And then ConvertFlow automatically starts tracking all your website activity, every action people take on your site. And then you can easily launch calls to action on your site from ConvertFlow's dashboard. So you never have to revisit your site if you don't want to.
Okay.
So just based off of, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, based off of like which URLs you want to show a different call to action on, you just enter the URL and then a call to action will appear there.
Okay, and then the call to actions are defined in my login to your system. That's where I create those forms and things that people are. You're calling them call to actions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's different types of calls to actions. There are overlays, lead hooks, forms, and we have a live editor so you can edit and see everything and see all your changes in real time, which is pretty cool.
Oh, cool. So what is your background, more marketing, technical?
Yeah, it's definitely more marketing. I in the early, let me see, in 2000, between 2011 and 2013, ran an information product business. with a few partners.
Mm-hmm.
And so we built that up. And then from there, we kind of, I focused my energy on building up a marketing agency. And some of the team from there have moved over to the marketing agency. And so there we got to work with a lot of different clients and a lot of different campaigns other than just the ones we were running through our information product business. And we learned a lot about different types of businesses and how they convert their visitors into customers. And now that's kind of evolved into productizing those services and, through ConvertFlow, through a software.
Right. And then so you guys have a development team, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that here in South Florida?
Some are. Our primary developers are, and then we have a team in Colombia and different contractors that we work with.
Cool. Well, good. I mean, I'm glad that something else is going on here in Miami. This is exciting.
Oh yeah, it's interesting. Miami's actually got this developing startup and tech scene. So there's a lot of talented people here that are trying to push the whole startup scene forward, and they're doing a lot of cool events where people can connect. There's a really cool co-working space called Building, and they're really involved here. I don't know if you're familiar with .co, the domain extension.
Yeah.
So those guys,
Diego something from Colombia started it.
Right. So he's based out of here, and they started Building.co, which is this cool co-working space. I think they house an acceleration program for 500 startups. They're really involved in the community here, which is nice.
Nice. We have to talk about that. We'll talk about that afterwards. I chair the technology committee for the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce, and so we're
perfect.
Venture, Hive, the Refresh Miami, all those movements. So it's good to hear about another one.
Yeah. Those guys are definitely doing their part, which is very nice.
Well, very cool. I mean, it's nice that we met via Broward County and then via Phoenix, and now back into the same town. We probably should get together for coffee sometime.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Cool. Well, can you tell people, so how do we learn more about this if they want to reach you or find out more about ConvertFlow?
Sure. You can go to convertflow.com and you can check out the site there. If you're an Infusionsoft user, if you go to convertflow.com/Infusionsoft, then you can learn more about our deep integration with Infusionsoft. Basically, what it allows you to do is, with the click of a button, you can sync up your Infusionsoft account and show different calls to actions on your site based off of the tags that a visitor may have within Infusionsoft.
Cool.
And then you can trigger all sorts of automations within Infusionsoft based off of what they do on your site.
Okay, and then is there a free trial, or is it
Yeah, so we give a 2-week free trial. Welcome to try out the product, experience it for yourself, and then our plans start at $77 a month if you decide to sign up.
Cool. Can you do this after we get off of this? Send me a link where we should send people, because when I publish this on the site and the blog page, we'll make sure they have all the links to this information.
Awesome. Definitely will.
Cool. Well, Ethan, thank you so much for joining me. I think this is just another great way for people to find out about this tool, which, I mean, frankly, you're right down the street from me, and I found out via Phoenix. So, so great. I'm glad we can get the word out. I'm sure this will be an excellent tool for folks. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much, George. I'm really honored to be on here with you.
Cool. Okay. Take care.
Take care. Bye.